Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the Talk About Black Podcast. This is your host, Jared Lang. I'm here with my co-host, Joe Thomas.
What's goody?
Mario Allen.
Present.
John Norris.
What's up, y'all?
Man, my week was slow as hell. How was you guys?
Busy.
I wish I was busy. That shit was slow.
I was out of town doing a performance since nobody
yeah.
cares.
Sir.
Out in North Carolina doing my thing. Out there at Charlotte.
Bro, with that deadly heat,
it was
man.
hard, though.
You was like, that AC hit different out there.
Hey,
Yeah, it's a little different out there, but I adapted to it.
Yeah.
but I'm gonna tell you this though, man. I seen some of the clips and stuff, and people was really like feeling it, man, for real. I say congratulations on that. You honestly, out of the four of us, have made a lot more connections than any of us have. Not saying that we all got different stuff we going through, but you
props
really
to you,
been
though.
out here and
Right.
You doing your thing.
Do your thing. So,
Appreciate it.
for sure, man.
Then got his own website and shit and
Right, everything,
man.
Trying to extend the brand, man. Hey, don't
Y'all
gas
niggas
me
want a
up. Don't
biscuit?
gas me up. T-shirts coming out soon.
Hey man, you said don't gas me up, but you never know, man.
Right.
No, that's gonna be what it says on my T-shirts.
Oh, that's hard. That's hard. Though. You might be on ROTD 4. You never know.
I might be, man. I might be. Oh.
My week was okay. Mario kind of knows. He works on the same job site as me. It's never smooth.
He just called a woman a whale somewhere on 55th, man.
But anyway, back to my week was long.
No,
It don't end,
Like a whale, right?
but it was okay, man.
It just
I'm
dragged.
here.
'Cause I do shit.
I couldn't wait for today.
I didn't even know it was meeting today. Jared hit me up like 2 hours prior. Like,
Yeah, because it was sexy, but then I forgot. I was like, oh shit.
Joe's a hard man to reach.
You the
No,
real
he not.
MVP. 'Cause you showed up.
man,
So I was like, you got a gig today? Then I was like, yeah, we got the mic. If you don't show up, oopsie.
We was gonna be broadcasting to y'all in spirit.
I
Right.
came in this bitch with a 32-piece chicken bucket.
Look, this we're gonna do. We're gonna
No,
just,
we would have ate that chicken.
no, we was gonna use
We
my
made something for you.
PlayStation camera and then create a Twitch
Like
session.
this one have a
Be
Twitch session.
Twitch show
Talk about Black's first
on Twitch.
session.
We might get actual.
Why you
live-
playing?
Why you
That's
probably-
not a
we
bad
probably
idea.
That's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad
It's
idea
not a
for
bad
real,
idea.
for
We
real.
probably would give viewers because it's ratchet.
Right,
So everybody love ratchet nowadays.
right. Real at. I had to remind myself to put that in right
But
there.
speaking, did y'all see the BET Awards? I heard.
Hell no.
I saw her performance on YouTube. Everybody kept talking how offbeat she was.
You know what's funny as
I was
hell?
like,
I
damn.
thought the same thing.
Who?
He said,
Young
hell, I
Miami.
thought the same thing. I'm like, I haven't watched the BET
I just know the
Awards.
younger generation does, but I thought our generation don't watch BET no more.
Dude, I haven't watched BET in
Like
But
6 years.
I
black
think we
people don't even own BET.
But I think they came to a consensus, like, because it's something, even though they don't own, but I guess, like, we put on the BET, so it's for us and shit. We should put more, I guess, credit to
But
the
when I found out that
BET.
a white person
Because
on
especially
BET,
because it's
I
like
They need to
Oscars
put
so
more.
white.
They need to put on some more shows and what happened to the music, like the 2-hour music.
Stop showing.
Man,
Baby
shout out to
Boy.
Revolt. Revolt got it going.
Mhm.
Breakfast Club. It got this one session called Next Man Up or something. They just show like an hour just artists on the rise. I don't know if BET still do that.
No.
It's no more 106 in Park. It's no more Rap City. Like all y'all main staples are gone.
So what did it, what's,
So
what's
now
that
it's
show?
just-
Reruns and
Reruns of
oxygen
Baby
shows.
Boy. Baby Boy, Baby Boy. Next week, Baby Boy.
Those the higher ups of Viacom. Let's get into it though. Revenge of the Dreamers 3. In case you didn't know, it was finally released this past Friday, July 5th. And then they also, a week before it came out, released a documentary. I didn't really see the whole thing, but I did listen to the whole album 3 times back to back to back. And I'm
Damn.
just gonna say, like, yeah, it was a lot of verses, a lot of bars, a lot of features.
A lot of bars.
It's a lot of
words.
music to consume. I'll say that. A lot of words. Yes, melodies or whatever. But I mean, I like it so far. I think some of my best tracks, favorite tracks is Under the Sun, of course. I do like Wells Fargo, that John was talking about. Give me Bazooka, my grace. Self Love is dope. PTSD, Sacrifices. This is a really good album. It's a pretty solid album for real, you know. So
Considering they was stingy, they had 100 songs recorded.
yeah, you know, I feel like it lived up to the hype.
I mean,
mostly.
I feel
You did
like
see like a lot of people then promoting it, and with like a lot of people in the pictures and stuff. that you don't hear on the album. But like I think they said in the documentary, they're in spirit. They're gonna be on future projects, maybe something like that.
Meaning try again next year.
No, I don't think it's try again next year. I honestly think that a lot of these songs are going to make other projects.
Well, definitely.
I really do. Like, I mean,
what combination albums that
we got to be honest about it. The album was dope, but when it started getting to the 20 song range and to this, you like, okay, bro, you kind of get listeners fatigue. I mean,
shout out to Chris Brown.
Maybe if they shout out to Chris Brown. I'm not talking about you specifically. Your last album was very dope, sir. No matter what they try to say about you. Anyway, back to Dreamville.
You got 45
I feel like they
album.
accomplished something that's ridiculous. Then we gotta think about it. This album was made in 10 days. No, it wasn't finalized, it wasn't cut, it wasn't done all, you know what I'm saying, edited and all that stuff in 10 days. But it was at least recorded in 10 days. Then you have to find your own, you have to find the sound of the album too. Mm-hmm. You can't just put 100, I mean you could. You could do it like More Life and say, oh, it's a playlist.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Just throw some stuff in there. But I feel like it could be, I feel like a lot of these songs that we didn't hear or people didn't record. Maybe Rick Ross didn't record.
He just stopped
Maybe
by.
Meek didn't record. Maybe they just stopped by the show.
For
like,
the vibe.
Maybe Rick Ross came and was like, bars are above me. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Wale came in and he was like, there's so much I can say about Nike boots. I don't know, man. I just feel like they went to a whole nother level.
Man, Dreamville's bringing back the group work. Like, you know, in the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, the team albums.
Was there, yeah.
You know, you had Dipset, Cash Money, Wu-Tang.
Cash Money.
I'm gonna take Wu-Tang out because they were actually pretty successful.
There was a group though.
Right.
Like an actual group.
Yeah, but they were
That was a whole posse, bro. That was a movement. That was a gang.
What was Outkast? What was Outkast team?
Dungeon Family?
Yeah, Dungeon Family.
Yeah.
And this really, this really did it for me. Like they're one of the few groups. They're one of the few groups out there that actually doing the thing on the group side. The whole team album, like I liked it.
But anyways, apparently, not apparently, he did so. At the end of Pride Month was June. Lil Nas X came out and says, that he's gay. I mean, duh. I mean, we all.
I mean, he kind of like.
Yeah, bro. You relate to your own party, bro. We know. It's cool.
But he admittedly said that.
He admittedly said
it was obvious.
Yeah, it's very obvious. Whatever, but apparently, I feel like it's a false narrative, but people are saying people are upset about it, especially like the black male community, whatever, saying they won't listen to his music and things like that. And I'm not gonna say like I know everybody or follow, but I follow a great deal of black men on Twitter, IG, and Facebook, and nobody else said anything about Lil Nas X. Like, we don't care. He is what he is. Like, we listen to Tyler, the Creator. We listen to Frank Ocean. So many other artists. We don't care. Like, nobody's looking on at it. It might be a very few vocal people, but I was seeing posts that saying, like, oh, look at the black community or whatever. Like, oh, your own community will go against you and things like that, even though you are successful. Like, nobody's going against him.
Right.
It's not even a majority. Like, I feel like if it's trolls, the trolls will always be trolls. Like, that's the end. The trolls will be trolls.
Right till he can't no more.
And if you don't think it's dope, you can't deny that he has a whole movement right now. So, Joe?
I like Panini.
Pause.
I like Panini.
You didn't pause before the whole phrase.
Nini.
You didn't pause.
Some. And I like Rodeo.
That's what we're saying, Jared. You don't need to pause.
Like, I didn't, honestly, I'm gonna just be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Like, it wasn't obvious to me. Like, I didn't look at them that enough to, try to question these things. But like, more power to them. Ain't got shit to do with me. I still got work on Monday. Like,
continue doing you. Like, nobody talking down on you.
Hey, but Panini go hard. Panini. Some bikini. They have the words. Too. They made the words, but Panini. Right. Teeny meeny. Fettuccine.
Anybody else want to add to this topic?
Or totally.
No, I mean, I honestly feel like you, man. I haven't seen nobody really.
I've only heard
really
one.
like dogging them or nothing.
I've heard one
like,
comment.
I really haven't seen
where someone made a comment and like, the only reason I feel uncomfortable about being gay now is because when my kids sing, I'm gonna ride till I can't no more on Old Town Road, they take it in a different perspective now.
But he said, but the other thing he came out was like, Old Town Road is definitely about horses. Moving along. Oh, we here already. NBA free agency. I'm here, Jared and Lane at the ESPN headquarters.
So the topic of today.
The topic of the day is
Kawhi Leonard.
Hold on. Before we get there, hold up. You got too much dip on your chip now. Just funny.
That's what she said.
Before we get there,
selfie.
Let's start off warm. AD to the Lakers.
The brow.
Is
The
LeBron
brow. He
getting?
said the brow. That's all he had.
Shout out to the new edition, the 2K Legend Edition. Got D-Wade on there. I'm grabbing that one.
Yeah, Joe. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, AD. You already
Right.
covered. I'm definitely getting that D-Wade one.
But-
I'm paying that extra $40 for no reason.
Right.
His
Shout
eyebrow
out
posing, that's why.
to LeBron for giving Anthony Davis the number 23.
So what number is he gonna take? 6?
Six.
Probably 6.
Wow.
And then all LeBron fans jumped. Oh, that was his number in Miami. We getting the number 6 LeBron. They was
First off,
hyped for that.
I ain't
man.
even gonna lie.
Fans, y'all
Number
are
6
whack.
LeBron, probably
Not
the best
even
Y'all
LeBron.
didn't even like him for real.
No, I'm saying this was
Right.
LeBron fans.
Y'all had a damn LeBron and whatever protest last year.
But I ain't gonna lie. Number 6 LeBron was the hardest LeBron. I ain't even gonna
He
lie.
was in his prime.
He was the turn heel LeBron, so he was power
Yeah,
winner.
Yeah, he
like,
was heel.
I ain't like number 6,
Hey, he was starting
but he
with
was
the
something
authority.
serious.
He was power trip.
Right.
Right, he was the authority stone cold.
Right. Like, I don't know. Like, ain't too many people stopping that LeBron.
He gonna come back 300
Bruh, his
pounds
highlights
again.
was sick.
Man.
I watched some highlights again, dude.
But shout out to the Lakers. They
That's when
just
he brought out the silence.
they just did their
They
thing.
did they thing.
They got Danny Green now,
The headband
Boogie
back on.
Cousins, Rondo, brought KCP back. Clippers trolling Kyle
Hey, is he
Kuzma.
still in jail?
They sitting there
also-
saying he gonna be 6th man of the year.
Well, it's like with also D-Lo to Golden State. They do not whatever they reload whatever.
Right.
They don't retire.
Tell the whole thing.
They don't
So,
retire. We reload.
Durant leaves, goes to
We'll see.
Brooklyn
Mhm.
in a
And
signing
Kyrie.
trade for D-Lo. Like, if they wanted to
I
try
don't
and make
feel
it
that.
work,
Like,
I don't either.
I
But if they
don't
want to
know.
try and make it work, it can work. Because D-Lo, you can put him off the ball. Both of them can play off the ball, but it just don't seem like it's gonna be a good
I'm
fit.
not doing nothing for y'all.
Right. He got paid though, and this ain't gonna be his first big check either. So shout out to you, D-Lo.
But I'll tell you what, man. I lightweight feel it could work. It could be a disaster.
Either way, yep,
I feel
absolutely.
like, damn, I shouldn't talk on this man's marriage, but I'm about to anyway. I feel like D-Lo might snitch on some stuff that shouldn't.
Oh man.
Oh man.
You know, Aisha Curry is already in a vulnerable state right now. She already feels she doesn't get attention. D-Lo might see her get a holiday at 7-Eleven. You never know.
Insert elevator music.
I love being an elevator music guy. I'm just saying, he's known. Swaggy P. Iggy Azalea.
This just ended. The Knicks are still on suicide watch. Knicks fans.
Damn, nobody wants to talk about the truth. I'm just saying, my man puts it out there. He tells
Nobody's
on
thinking about that.
He
no.
tells on people. I'm just
Nobody's
saying.
thinking about that, man.
But you said Knicks
But-
on
That might be
suicide.
shooting
But we know.
Somewhere else.
I don't think Steph Curry's is supposed to be a stand-up guy. Supposedly, he's a stand-up guy.
Yes, he is. Supposedly.
Steph Curry.
You stand up in that pussy.
All right, Blas.
Oh,
All right,
man.
what's next? Jimmy Butler to Miami. He just wanted his own team.
Right.
I guess.
He
Pretty
poured.
much.
He poured a
That's
mellow.
it. I don't know what the hell he on.
He poured a mellow.
You mean
Whatever.
to tell me he went and played with the damn janitor to tell them they wasn't serious enough. He beat them with the janitor in Timberwolves.
Mm-hmm.
to tell them they not serious enough, and then you just like.
We'll leave the 76ers when y'all get.
I'm gonna leave the 76ers. We got a team built here. You know, we might succeed. I'm gonna just go to the Heat.
What? Best case, they number 7 seed.
They don't even have Father Prime. He retired.
They just got rid of Whiteside.
No one.
Like Whiteside, shout out to Portland. Portland and Utah, I feel like I'm lying now. It's the Clippers now and the Lakers. Yeah. But before the Clippers and the Lakers had their little super duper teams, the Portland Trailblazers and the Utah Jazz was looking like the front runners to be, winners of the summer. Well, no, I can't say that.
I'm sorry, Dave.
They've been the number 3. They've been one of the top 3 teams in the league for the past 2-3 years.
They ain't won nothing.
Shoot, they went to the conference finals this year. And who stopped them?
Yeah.
God body in the Holy Spirits. God body in the
Holy Spirit.
The Holy Trinity.
Oh,
you feel me? Like they had to see God when they got to the conference finals. Like Curry, Clay, Durant, Boogie, Draymond, Iggy. They're the Infinity Gauntlet. Like who ain't losing to that?
Hey, Thanos did him like he did Captain Marvel.
You said who ain't losing?
No,
right.
We all know who this
right.
He said, I'm sick of this.
I wouldn't say they brought balance, though.
Who?
Kawhi brought balance. He's the Infinity Gauntlet.
Nah, that's overhyped because let's just keep it real. Durant and Clay were injured. Like, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I am because I'm doing that.
2015.
No, I'm keeping that though. I'm keeping that though. I asked you go by that. I asked you go by that Warriors team if you ask me. LeBron and his other best player was Dellavedova,
who was in the hospital,
and took them to 6 games. Took the Warriors to the 6 games. They got an asterisk by their ring if you ask me. So I'm going to keep that same energy. Kawhi did it regardless, but it's an asterisk by that ring.
He brought the championship to a whole country.
Hey, with 2 injured players.
Like basketball.
Man, with 2 injured players.
Well, Al Horford got $104 million contract for 3.
I ain't mad at it. Because Al Horford do the intangibles at a high level.
That's why I like Joe. Joe ain't never mad at nothing.
It was another
15 points from
about
Al Horford is like 30 points from another guy.
How, sir?
Because he does the intangibles. He takes great shots.
Loses.
He rebounds. That may be true, but he also shut.
Oh, matter of fact, it probably was
he also shut Kawhi down twice. And can't too many people do that.
He shut Kawhi down twice.
You know the blocks in the playoffs.
Who won?
Hey, you're right. They had a better team.
Who got the banner?
They got a better team. And neither one of them got the banner. The Raptors got the banner.
They got the David banner.
Real
hoes get down on the floor like a pimp.
And now we're here. We woke up the world this morning around 3 a.m. The fun guy is going to the Clippers with Paul George. You don't know what the fun guy is?
Fun guy got paid.
Right.
What man got paid. Kawhi Leonard.
He wanted to go west anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
He's from Los Angeles.
It's a few things. It's a lot of things going on with this.
Yes, he has kids.
I didn't even know that.
Just because you think he watches anime and
4 years.
I didn't even say all of that.
4 years, like $140 plus. 4 years, $140 plus. I wasn't even tripping on that. I looked at my phone. Okay, Kawhi went to the Clippers. All right, it makes sense. But then, like, I started scrolling down Bleacher Report. Shout out to you guys. And it was just talking about Paul George. Paul George getting traded. I'm like, Twitter lying like a motherfucker. And then it just hit. Woj dropped it. If you don't know Woj, he's one of the guys at ESPN that just...
The Woj bomb.
Right. He dropped the Woj bomb like...
He got his sources.
Right. And it said Paul George got traded to the Clippers for 5 first-round picks and 2 extra picks, plus Gallinari and a nice little backup point guard rookie. I'm like, OMG.
Oh, Alexander.
And I just felt so bad for Westbrook. Like, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Like, dang, Westbrook can't win for losing. You said I was a ball hog, so I took a step back, allowed Paul George to get in contention for MVP, league MVP, something I already did. Meanwhile, I'm still averaging a triple-double And this what my guy do? Leave, and then you come to find out I almost got traded to the Raptors for Siakam. Siakam,
the claw.
Nah.
Like
First thing that didn't come to my mind first. First thing came to my mind was 2K about to be lit.
man, and they got lady players on 2K.
That's the first thing that came to my mind. 2K about to be lit. This season about to be lit. My Cavs about to be shitty.
Yep.
There's a nice cover though with Wade and the Vice Miami Knights jersey. That's dope. So what about these Nike Betsy Ross?
I'm about to look them up.
Shoes.
So basically, for the 4th of July 2019, Nike was about to drop some, I don't even know what they was Air Maxes, but they had the Betsy Ross flag, which is nothing but, y'all probably seen it before. It's the circle, it's the 13 colonies, it's stars, 13 stars in a circle, then it's the stripes or whatever. Colin Kaepernick, who is in tight with Nike, said, I don't know, this might be offensive to some people because it was in the time where slavery was running amok. And you know what I'm saying? Slavery was, you know. And he said, I don't know if that'd be cool. They pulled it. People got pissed. Pretty much. So now Colin Kaepernick's back in the spotlight. People are pissed again at Colin Kaepernick.
Because he made a statement.
Because he said something. It was a suggestion.
Oh, yeah.
All he said was people might get offended. And Nike was the ones that took it down. So now everybody boycott Nike again. Shut up, because y'all I'm about to see y'all tomorrow.
I did
y'all
see that.
With some Nike apparel on. So shut that up.
I did see that. It said like something like after that happened, Nike stocks rose even more. So
it always rises. These people are killing me. You're gonna wear Nike tomorrow.
Everybody wears Nikes.
Because your friend that rides in a Jaguar with you or rides in a Rolls Royce with you gonna laugh at you. We got Adidas on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these people need to stop. Like, and I feel like, yeah, we kind of made too much of a big deal about it, but it was Nike's choice. He didn't say who it is right now.
Right, he's like,
he just said
expeditiously.
Some people might be offensive. You know,
right.
might take offense to it.
it.
Which I don't take offense to it, but I understand.
Yeah.
At the time, that flag represents the colonies who were in full support of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. But I see it the other way, where it's like, okay, that's a part of our history. It's over with.
Yeah. Not like it was the Confederate flag.
Right, it was the Confederate flag or nothing. So I see both sides, but then it's like, everybody got to be extreme.
Okay, so I just...
if you want to buy them, you can buy them shits for like $12,000.
So I just educated myself on it. So Betsy Ross was a seamstress for the American flags.
Yes, that's what she did.
Right.
Not saying she owned slaves or
right,
like
but
that,
she made the flag.
But it was around in the time. It represented a time where slavery was accepted, and it was.
Now that I've educated myself on it, I mean, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with them celebrating history. Like,
that's what we're saying.
Just me personally,
exactly.
black history, there is like some things that need to be brought up to the light. Fair enough.
Right.
But at the same time, this is also a part of our history. Like.
Right.
We could celebrate white folk. Like, yeah. I mean,
but I saw people.
Some people, you know, some white folk a little, you know, little low down, no good. But I mean, some people. She made the flags.
Right.
Like,
but I saw people that personally that I know who called Colin Kaepernick a dirty ball sack. I like when you take offense to that. It's not, you know, Joe almost choked on his drink. But
I did.
It's not funny. I like when you take offense to that. Mario probably knows what I'm talking about. I like when you take offense to that because he didn't personally make them pull this. He just said some people might take it offensive. Nike, if I'm not mistaken, their president, their owner is Caucasian, right?
Mm-hmm.
They took it and said, we're not going to put this out. Just because Colin Kaepernick said maybe, and it probably wasn't just him. He's just probably the higher voice or whatever. I don't understand. Like, we want to have backlash against this dude because, I mean, it's a complicated situation. But like I said, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I just, it's part of the history. It is what it is, man. I mean.
So, All-Star Weekend is here in Cleveland. In case you didn't know, the Baseball All-Star game is happening Tuesday. So, this is technically, not right now, it's the All-Star Weekend, which is now being Saturday, the July 6th. Whatever.
I got tickets.
But supposedly also 2021, the NBA All-Star Game is going to be here. So supposedly that's going to be nice.
I think, and this is nothing against MLB, but me personally, I really wanted to go because I saw some of the stuff. They got stuff in the convention center. You know, we had some kind of messed up weather, storms and stuff. But they got a play ball park. I feel like they did an excellent job in Cleveland turning this into something attractive to MLB people. Not people from, maybe not necessarily people that want to just party and stuff like that, but they turn it, people that are fans of baseball. I feel like they turned it into something really sweet. But me personally, I don't know if I'm a zip line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that's dope. I think that the play ball park is dope. I think what they did was pretty dope with the convention center and stuff like that,
Yeah, it did.
And I like what it feel like. I kind of missed the opportunity to go down there, but my schedule, my wife's schedule and stuff just hasn't been, we haven't been able to do it. But I feel like with the All-Star Weekend, maybe that's something we can plan for ahead of time. I know it's 2 years from now, but I give it to the MLB, man. I feel like they do a lot with their All-Star Weekend. I feel like NBA All-Star Weekend get a lot of pub and recognition, but I love watching the home run derby.
Yeah,
I don't care what nobody say. They say it's glorified batting practice, but as a kid, I grew up.
It is what it is.
I love it.
It's all the best hitters though.
Yeah,
doing batting practice at the same time. So
right,
what's up?
I mean, it is what it is.
And you probably know they got side bets going on.
Right.
I love it, and them boys get that bag. That's all I know is
like if you know how to hit that ball,
right.
you got that bag for real.
Pause.
All you gotta do is hit that bag.
Pause.
For real, but do you remember when the All-Star Game was here before? I remember the NBA in '96, John.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember.
Very young, but yeah.
I went downtown for that too, and when it was the old convention center, I remember then it was like a lot of different activities and stuff in there you could do, and that was dope. Man,
I think it's very dope for the kids, man. Like, I think it's just dope for Cleveland. Period. That
it's definitely
we're
dope.
starting to see.
People's like, oh, Cleveland is a nice city.
Yeah, I think we see what everybody else get. I think people just look at, because we even do it ourselves. We kind of look at the skyline and be like, damn, they ain't got no buildings, or they ain't got this. But I think
other
Cleveland,
cities,
the city, period. Working downtown for a year last year. It's a lot going on, man. And Mario put me on to a lot of stuff that's going on too. Like the city's vibrant, the city got stuff going on. We just don't think about it.
It is, and especially like a lot of events for us, like black events for us that we don't even know about, like the art of the Museum of Contemporary Art. They hold like some type of shindig like every month, and it's just about like just for black people, things like that in our culture. And also they got this one thing where like two chefs battle it out. It's called A Chef and a Beat.
Yeah,
that be happening. Yeah.
That's at a coder.
Yeah, that shit dope too. Like it's a whole lot of stuff again, and then like a lot of times you gotta look on social media for it too. Like,
right.
It is a lot of different events that be going on.
Yes.
Really, what it is just people don't follow the brands because they associate it with Cleveland, and people from Cleveland have this notion that ain't nothing that's in Cleveland, so you don't follow the brands. Because I follow all these venues that I go to.
Yeah.
And you get all the information right there. But why people? It just puzzles me that people don't know what's going on in their own city, and half the reason is because if you really just support them instead of like, why would you follow a building like the Oracle Center? Hypothetically, you're following a building that in a city you don't even live in,
right?
But you don't know about these venues or these people of influence in your own city. And then when stuff is going down, when you try to say ain't nothing happening, and other people tell you this was happening, this was
right.
Well, why did I know? It's like you got to figure out. You got to look for it at the end of the day. Like if you really want it, if you don't want it bad enough, you're not going to look for it.
So with it being the season of summer movies is now in full effect, have you guys seen any new summer movies, anything like that?
Man,
last movie I saw was Godzilla, and I seen.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
Because I was really hyped to see Godzilla.
It was pretty good.
I kept every day at the lunch table. Mario being his own world, so he don't know. But I was watching like Godzilla.
It's going to be a part.
Kaiju. I was looking up. Bruh, I wanted to see this movie. I finally had free time last Friday. And Thursday was the last day that the movie was in theaters. So I'm hurting. Till it come out on
It's going to be a part when you see, but like, damn, Godzilla really just went Super Saiyan though.
Hey,
like,
Godzilla is the truth.
All hail King Godzilla.
Yeah,
all hail the
Godzilla
King.
Is the truth.
Like, that's the tagline for the movie? Yeah, all hail the King. Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla is the truth. Only for the simple fact somebody is fighting over
That's
it or
me.
something.
That's
But
me.
Godzilla is the truth only for the simple fact if you look at the size comparison of him and like most of the other kaiju, he like a little guy.
Yeah.
But he goes in. Though.
But he's supposedly the king of all of them.
Yeah,
and they
he
really
goes
went
in.
into the mythology and the lore of the
Okay.
Godzilla.
That's what I was
Really?
wondering.
That was dope.
That's what's up.
So
like
I
for
hope-
real. Like for the
I
Japanese
can't
one.
wait to see that.
And
Though.
they
I might have to grab that on. I might have to grab
Like,
that on 4K.
If you was upset was not enough monsters in the first Godzilla?
I heard it was like, yeah,
yeah.
kaiju everywhere.
It's
But,
That's me.
but in all honesty,
That's me.
But in all honesty,
I'm emptying my trash. I'm putting stuff in the trash.
I haven't, dude. That sounds like Drake shooting at the Kentucky warm-ups.
Somebody trying to break in here, man? Open up a can of
But
But
Voorhees.
my next movies I want to see is Toy Story 4. I still got to see that. And
You got a friend in me.
of course, and now people talking about Spider-Man Far From Home is really good.
Bro, I heard
It
the
ain't
movie.
Spider-Verse.
You saw it?
Nope.
He saw Spider-Verse. I still
Man,
think
I
Spider-Verse
heard-
is the best Spider-Man movie.
I
It's
heard
still
Far
gonna
From
be.
Home.
It's dope,
That's
though.
very dope.
I heard it's dope, but I don't know if it's
I
gonna be
heard Far From
Spider-Verse.
Home, and I heard the post-credit scenes
It's pretty good.
get you excited
Hype for the next phase.
Phase 4. And I'm just like, man, Marvel.
Shit.
How
Not
have
losing
y'all-
steam.
Yeah, like this, it's ridiculous.
True. They
They
keep
just
filling that
keep
bitch
on
with cold.
going. Like, damn.
You know, you want to
But
know
I gotta
why?
see that.
You want to know why?
Because it's one guy in charge.
Right. For one.
It's one guy. It's not a team. It's a Kevin Feige or Feige, whatever.
And then also they were
Making all the
they were
choices
really the
everywhere.
first.
He
They were
got
really
the drip.
they was really the first ones to start this movie stuff and actually keep pushing it to all right. This one ain't work. This Spider-Man ain't work. Let's try this Spider-Man. Man, let's just fucking put all this shit together, man.
I'll tell you what. I mean, be honest with you.
No. They can't fuck it up. Give us his back. Give us Spider-Man back. We got
Right.
it. Come on.
Right.
Just give it up. Give it up.
Give me
Sony,
a
you
ring.
did your thing. Went into the Spider-Verse.
Give me a ring.
Give me a ring. Yep. You fucked up for too long.
But
Hey, that's what he did for X-Men?
Right.
No.
Give it back.
But a movie that I saw this summer that it was cool was Brightburn. Brightburn was cool. It got a little.
Was it scary or was it just?
No.
It wasn't scary. It was
I heard the kills in there. Like,
yeah,
was
like
awesome.
little super killer.
Super killer. Not Clark Kent.
Man, he gets mad because of little kid stuff. That's what makes it. That's what makes the. You know, it was
Kinda
a cool
realistic,
movie.
That's creepy.
Like a little kid, a girl,
real creepy.
he gets bullied,
That's like my son.
and a girl help. You know, girl does. Oh, don't bully him. Next thing you know, he pull up to her house, just staring out her window at 4:00 in the morning, like. And she like, what the fuck is this? Come
That's
to
what
school
I'm
next
saying,
day like, this dude a creep.
That's
So
what-
some kids bully him. Next thing you know, man, you shouldn't let him bully him. Now you help the little guy up. She tried to help him up. He broke his hand. He broke her hand. Like crunch.
And it actually it
Right.
makes you like makes it more realistic because you tell me Clark Kent growing up in Smallville didn't have no type of accidents. He was just a Boy Scout.
Dad tried to put his foot down and it was a wrap.
And no accidents, or he didn't accidentally kill anybody with those powers. Clark Kent, that never happened.
He was like, he was like, all right, boy, go grab the stuff. It's time to go.
Superman is perfect.
But it could be in this case.
Bro, it was just hilarious. The dad was trying to get the son to move so many times, put his dad voice on and everything.
Now Timmy.
Shit just started shaking. He just walked away. Dad just walked away.
Yeah, okay.
But he killed Dad. He killed him. Like
Yeah,
it was a wrap.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, but like it was a wrap. Dad had to die.
Yeah. Is John Wick a summer movie?
Not really, but it was live.
I still haven't seen Ma.
It was
I got a
live.
question.
I'm gonna tell you.
Is this Batman trailer real or fake?
Is it a Batman trailer?
Right. And it got you guy that you don't like on there.
Man,
It might be fake,
it's
bro.
probably fake.
It was a real Batman trailer. That shit would have set the internet on fire.
But it had
You
like
know
too
how
many.
people love Batman.
It had
I
like
would've
2
got
million
updates and
views.
everything, though.
Like it got 5.8 million views.
I'm the
No, it would have
I'm the
more. It
biggest-
would have like
I'm the
100
biggest
something.
Batman fan.
It would have like in the tens.
Why people hate Batman so much?
The one thing. It's just people be here for the Batman.
They hate us because they ain't us.
That's right.
They mad they not a billionaire Caucasian man.
Oh, this was the Knicks side. Breaking news. New York Knicks signed shooting guard Air Bud for 4 years.
We about to give y'all so many buckets.
Right. Off the pull-up, though.
You?
Where is this shit?
Hey, man, I heard
But anyway, it's like Thanos would have. I mean, Batman would have stopped Thanos. It's like Batman been letting the clown wearing red Fenty lipstick run his city for 30 years.
He has not. First of all, he's let him do anything.
I got a question. Who really fucking with Joker?
Oh yeah, popular period. Thanos would get watched by Batman if anywhere. Batman's been letting the clown with red Fenty lipstick terrorize the city for 30 plus years. He would be the first to die.
First off, just because Batman won't kill him.
There we go.
Second,
defense
I
first.
promise you
Action. Let's go.
that shit would happen to Superman. Superman didn't let a bald-headed reverse Batman just run his city. Ain't got no powers.
He got what's his name? Lex Luthor. I
Right.
mean, even though
But Lex Luthor ain't got no powers.
got money though.
Right, and
He got them
Joker
stacks.
Joker got money too though. Joker got money. He just burned the money because he crazy as fuck. Which is the point I'm getting at. Who really fucking with the Joker?
See, this one gets bad.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying.
Oh, you about to get turned up on.
Like, Superman can't hang with the Joker. You saw what happened when Batman, it was in one of these recent movies. It was in one of these recent movies.
When Batman
Batman
slammed
told Superman to hold the city down, and the Joker pulled tight on him, and Superman tried to do the Superman, I'll tell Superman. Bat gas. Here goes some kryptonite. You sleep. You die. Like, oh, speaking of which, summertime, I ain't in a movie, but it's a TV show. Young Justice back.
It just came back, right?
Young
Yep,
Justice
saw the
just
first
came
3
back.
episodes. Cyborg looked like he just getting eaten by the robot.
Yeah, that's the next thing with summer shows and shit.
Shout out to Swamp Thing. They got canceled already.
Right.
The one season.
But have you watched it, Joe?
I've seen the first 2 episodes.
It's pretty dope. to me.
Right. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see why I
Like-
got canceled.
Because of creative differences. Supposedly, somebody wanted to go like horror route, and then somebody wanted to go like Twilight route, and it's just like, okay, no.
Oh man, but
If you watch it how it is now, like in the middle of like horror, and it's definitely dope. the way
Right.
It is.
I've been watching. Well, I didn't see the last 2 episodes, but that new HBO show is actually produced by Drake with Zendaya.
Oh, I got
Euphoria, bro. That shit is so wild. Like, man, high school now. Ain't got shit on high school when we was in high school. We thought, bro. Especially like high school in suburbia, like them niggas, them kids is on drugs and all type of shit. It's just
No, Becky, I will not put it down.
then dealing with transgenders. And
I'm
stuff
your
too.
mother.
Right?
What?
One of their students is like a transgender as well.
Like, if that, I don't have any kids, but if that ever happened to me, I would have that conversation with my child. Like, I'm going to support you no matter what. I may not, whatever my opinion is my opinion. I'm going to just leave it at that. Whatever my opinion is, right, is my opinion. If you figure it out, you figure it out. But I'm just telling you now, people are going to talk about you at school. It's about to be, it's lit. It's a go. Like, you about to, so if you can endure it, I got you, but you don't expect me to just, they bully me, just expect me to just come up there and whoop everybody's ass. Like,
What Zendaya's character, her name's Rue. She had to go to rehab before. She's a crackhead. She's not a crackhead, but she's
shit. I'm not a crackhead. I just snort a lot.
Zendaya.
Yeah, man. But that's her first real serious role though. So she doing her thing though. And she funny though too. I ain't gonna lie. Like she said, she don't drink and bike anymore. And they showed like a montage of her. Yes, of her running to the garage, running into some trash can, then her walking the bike and then falling over to the bushes.
Pedal bike?
Yes. She don't drink a bike anymore. That's why she's walking to the party. And they show a little montage. It's good. It's funny. But I'll be like, damn, this shit is wild. Like this high school party is like a college party. What the heck they doing?
Hey,
And they talking about how
Hey, but All American was like that though.
And they talk,
All American was like that too. I was like, wait a minute. I had to ask T a couple times, like, are they in high school?
And they was talking about.
Why are we watching high schoolers get it on? Like,
And they was
what
talking
is
about how
up?
sending news and shit now is like sending like
They're not
flowers and
wrong.
stuff back in the day. I'm like, oh man, see, this one I want to have a daughter I will have to definitely
Bro, I
get
got
that
one.
gun.
And
Right.
Like,
I'm about to cry.
bruh.
But a TV show.
I got one. I'm about to cry every day, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Another TV show I've been watching. I know it might be late, but Greenleaf.
Oh,
I heard
bro,
Man,
Greenleaf goes
it's a story about a church
Church,
family,
Yeah.
but it's like so messy. Like
Greenleaf go in. I'm glad
it's
my
a
church ain't
it's
like
a it's a bishop
That's all
and his
I'm saying.
wife.
Dude.
They had
Greenleaf
1,
is-
2, 3 kids, a son and two. No, wait,
Greenleaf
1,
is nasty.
2, 3 daughters and 1 son.
It's entertaining.
One
but
killed
thank
herself
God,
because she was getting raped by the uncle. The other one married a gay man. The other one married a cheater.
crazy.
And the other one got the sauce, but she don't want the sauce. She got the preaching sauce, but she don't want it. And they all just trying to figure it out. Like,
It's crazy.
where I'm
It's
at.
very entertaining.
Right. I don't even like drama like that, but that's some...
That's some messy drama.
Right. For real. Like, it just makes you wonder about the church life on a different level, but I ain't going to go there. The bishop killed the man and burnt his building down. The wife, one of the kids ain't hers.
Ain't here.
She got a brother that rapes people.
Oh, that's the uncle.
Right. One daughter, the son, he just want to be just like daddy, but he ain't got the juice like daddy, so he just cheat on his wife.
Yeah, it's wild, dude.
Right, you're right.
It's wild.
One daughter married, she can't never, she the little sister of everybody, so don't no one never tell her shit. Husband just come out of nowhere. I think I like guys.
Yeah.
I know y'all saw the beginnings last time,
It's
but
nuts.
I finally finished the miniseries Chernobyl. That was really good.
I was about to ask you about that.
That shit was fucked up too, like how like the Russian government,
Like
the
in real
USSR,
life?
yeah,
Yeah,
they were just
dude.
they was just too prideful to admit that they needed help, and they fucked up. They was just too prideful. They was trying.
They done fucked
The
up.
reason why like the nuclear reactor exploded, it came down to it because they was too cheap for like these rods for in the nuclear reactor for shit. Yeah, it was just like they was just too prideful. They didn't want shit. And the first they didn't even want the shit to get out. It didn't even want to evacuate the people, but it's like so many people sacrificed their lives and shit for that shit. That shit was crazy. It was, bruh.
You shit like 4 times in that one sentence.
I'm sorry, but bruh, you just have to see.
Bro, what do you think Chernobyl is right now? Or at the time? Or at any point in history?
I would imagine Chernobyl is very difficult to spell.
No, it's really not. It's actually pretty easy to spell. But it
It
turned
smelled
into
like mass gravesite.
show.
It's beautiful.
It's not beautiful. It's terrible.
Shout out to all my Russians out there.
Oh,
Mindy
man.
and whoever else, don't come kill all of us.
But yeah, that was good. I just finished that.
I like
my
Russia.
sister watched.
I really
that.
don't. But
I feel like we could be on good terms if this was like another dimension.
oh yeah.
I like the idea of a world with no nuclear weaponization.
That's
exists.
true too. That's true too.
Cockroaches too.
I like the idea that people that have enough money to feed the world can feed the world because we have more than enough to feed the world.
But no, we just want to make weapons that obliterate all of us. Makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
I like the idea of us using our intelligence to actually be intelligent.
exactly. But Chernobyl was a really good show. I heard.
Yeah.
I had to check it out to feed my ignorance even more.
Yeah, it was good. And just like the people who fucked up.
It's
Because of that
crazy,
shit.
man. It's crazy how they just don't take no responsibility for nothing.
Yeah. And that's what it was talking about at the end. And I guess like some of the Russian government was mad. And people was like, that's not how it went down. And you wasn't like that per se. But yeah.
Everybody knows how it was, man. When did that happen? What year was that?
86.
86. You weren't born yet. You weren't born yet. You weren't born yet. I wasn't born yet. But we all know how Chernobyl went.
Yeah.
Like,
We
we
that.
know.
We
Like,
learned that lesson from playing plenty of Metal Gear Solid.
But I
I'm
guess
just saying,
right since
like-
since the show aired though, it's been a lot of tourism to Chernobyl. I'm like, why?
why?
There's
You
still
are-
radiation
still
hotspots
horrible.
there.
Like,
Like, no.
people are crazy.
I like the idea of us using our intelligence to actually be intelligent.
Intelligent.
Right. Like, why?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, and all they went through to like try to stop that, and then when the dude revealed the truth about it too, like the KGB came in and was like, you lose all your friends.
Bow.
No, he ain't shoot him. They might as well shoot him, but like, you lose all your friends. You won't keep in contact with nobody. Nobody will know you. You get no recognition for this. Things like that. You just had to keep your mouth shut. But you didn't. So, yeah. That's the dude in the beginning who ended up hanging himself.
Yeah.
But he left those tapes, and that was, so I guess, was one of the sources for the series. Just because, like, the KGB was just trying to, like, cover everything up, you know. They want to seem like Russia or the USSR at the time was weak. But that's not being weak. Like, people have problems.
Speaking of conspiracies, and I don't want to go off the rails here, but I saw something on Twitter. They have, like, 10,000 people that are willing to storm Area 51.
They said you'll be shot on sight. So you
Just
saying they
saying.
can't shoot all of them? You don't think they got enough
said
bullets?
They can't kill us all.
They don't have enough bullets for all of us.
It's hasn't that the date is not out yet. But I'm just saying, it's up in the thousands of people.
I think Area 51 is one of those things, like, you know it's there. Like, it's obviously a secret government facility or whatever. Like, there's no tricks hiding it, but just don't come here.
I feel like everybody gonna storm that. It's gonna be a massacre. It ain't nothing gonna be.
All right.
But
Mario has left the conversation.
I'm like interested in that though. I saw that on Twitter and I was like, wow, like people really want to do this. I'm down for this.
We know what summer series I'm looking to? The Boys on Prime Video.
That looks dope, bro.
That's the superhero killers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely
buddy.
gotta see that one.
I'm gonna need your evidence and password for that.
It's the same. My password the same shit
You
for
got a
everything.
password. I got a password.
It's the same for everything.
I was sorry when that $15 came out of my checking account. But
you need HBO
like,
now?
That's cool.
Y'all need HBO.
When does
now?
that drop?
Yeah,
No, I'm saying when does the boys? When does the boys drop?
July 26th.
Yes, real soon.
It's raining.
No, that's not.
Cakes. Yams.
Eddie.
Last time about least, but definitely not least at all.
He's a Mexican dude out here.
We're gonna talk about Disney released that
Cavalier.
Halle Bailey, in case you didn't know her, she's one half of Chloe and Haley, the singer group, the sister singer group. They definitely have she will now be playing Ariel in The Little Mermaid. And boy, it was a lot of white tears that day.
Racist tears.
There's a lot of white racist.
Yeah,
It's not regular
white tears.
No, not
Racist
racist tears.
tears.
I'm sorry, racist tears. Because a lot of white people
tears.
are fine. They see like this was a generic, interchangeable character.
It's a mermaid.
Yeah. Why are we even upset?
Brandy was goddamn
Cinderella.
We tripping
But
on.
the internet wasn't as prevalent as it is now. It wasn't as popular.
You right, but
It might have could have
keep
been
that same energy.
But I ain't hear.
They probably are keeping that same energy. Look,
Yeah.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Miss Bailey.
Right.
Because Ariel is one of the, next to Princess Tiana, is one of the best singer voices in the Disney movies with like octaves are in play.
Prince of Tiana, who's that? That's
Princess
Princess
and
and
the
the
Frog,
Frog.
the black one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her.
You
and
said
Ariel.
she's the what?
Those are two of the best princesses singing.
Well,
like
that's why she got
the
soul.
different octaves and stuff.
Oh
like that.
yeah.
Like Ariel and Princess Tiana, like singing. Like you gotta have.
Well,
that
if you're
voice.
talking about singing, yeah, I would have put Jasmine in there, but she just,
No,
yeah, she's more right.
no, yeah, we talking about octaves, like
Right.
switching.
I get what
octaves.
you're saying.
Yeah, Ariel and Tiana, like, yeah.
But people are mad about this. But
Mhm.
didn't the live action Aladdin just come out and
Genie was black.
Right, Genie was black.
Genie was
He
black,
wasn't.
but Jasmine was not really.
She was Indian. She was half Indian.
It's only a problem when they
But it
black.
wasn't her color.
It's only a problem when they
She
all
was,
the way
she was
black.
light skinned. She wasn't
Like,
brown.
yeah.
Yeah. But she's half Indian or something like
But
that.
it's only a problem when they black. Like,
Yeah. It's only problem. It seemed like when it's.
Kodak
I'm not gonna say like maybe when it's a black woman. It seemed like.
No, they gave Idris Elba a hard time about,
Why?
potentially
Well,
being
it wasn't
James
even
Bond.
him. It was just one stupid person. It was just one person who just threw it out.
But
there.
one person that got caught on film, I'm pretty sure there are other like-minded
But
people like
look,
him.
what about Deadshot and old dude
So
Mordo
that's
from
You compare
Marvel?
Deadshot to James Bond?
Right. Come on.
But I'm saying there's a lot of characters that switch.
But James Bond,
People was upset about Nick Fury being black.
right?
No,
Yeah, they
no.
were.
I heard a few people. I wasn't saying it was. I'm not gonna say it was big, but it was like a little.
I was about to say that next. Nick Fury wasn't no backlash to that. I don't hear nothing about Nick Fury.
But what I'm saying is, Elba, he actually, commented on that. Like, it's a crazy and sad world where, he for one, he low-key didn't even want it.
Yeah, he didn't want it.
But for two, like, this is the reason why y'all don't want me to want it. Like, dang.
Only person I heard was like, it wasn't even the dude in the camp. He was like, he was a writer for one of the movies that said some shit, like saying he's too gangster or something. Like what?
Idris Elba is the least gangster black dude.
He did used to sell drugs though, but still though, like
who didn't used to sell drugs?
Yeah,
that's a celebrity.
Did he?
Yeah.
IMDb Idris Elba movies. I'm about to buy all them. I did not know that.
Yeah. He said he was a drug dealer.
I'm not promoting drugs.
We off tangent. Shout out to Miss Bailey, Barrier Bailey,
because he ruined people's lives.
Bailey. See, people got confused. A lot of people got confused because they didn't know who Halle Bailey was. They thought I was talking about Halle Berry being in prison. I'm like,
that sounds ignorant.
Very ignorant.
They are ignorant.
Like she old as she's fine, but she old as hell. Like really?
They are ignorant. Come on now.
Yeah.
But shout out to her. Shout out to the black culture. Shout out to Disney.
No, but it's still some people in the culture saying, "Look, like no, I'm not." Some people I saw a couple, just a few, like not my area and stuff like that. I don't give a fuck about it. Which, what at least is like, instead of remaking the characters, we want our own original characters. I feel them on that way too. But if they make a character black, I'm fine with that too.
It's too hard to do that nowadays. It's too, for real. I'm just being honest with you. It's too hard to be original nowadays because that shit just might not make it. Like,
yeah, true.
But why? But why?
Because people don't, honestly, the way I think about it, because I'm low key this type of person. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say because people don't give that type of thing a chance. I'm a victim of it sometimes.
Yeah, people don't want to take risks.
But I think it's more so because the people of this generation is lazy and uninnovative.
Yeah, people don't want to take risk. I feel like anymore. They want to
lazy and uninnovative.
They want to cut corners to get the most money.
When you think about all the games that's being made, first off, let's take a trip. Let's talk about what we're talking about right now. We're talking about Little Mermaid. We're talking about Aladdin. We're talking about Lion King, Toy Story.
All they did was
these are remakes of movies that was 2 decades old.
They're making it live.
It's a legacy they're making money.
Only thing you're
and it's a guaranteed success because it was already successful.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing with Star Wars. You're doing something new when you get something that's like John Wick. John Wick is cool. That's a newborn legacy, even though it's his 3rd iteration in. But it's not like if somebody came out with like a Beverly Hills Cop or something, and they remade that's gonna sell. Because they know they can go and do that.
What the Matrix was in the 90s.
What we need is new legitimate superheroes. So that means from our generation, we gotta have open minds. And for those guys, they gotta be able to be innovative and not do the same thing. They can take influences from people that were successful, but they gotta create it into their own. That's just point blank period. Because even though you got York Video and you got this video and you got these video stores, Blockbuster went out of business because Redbox came out.
Right.
And then Redbox got competition because Netflix came out and Hulu came out.
And then Prime Video, and then
you gotta keep pushing the envelope. If your mentality, just like with the games, let's just make another Call of Duty. Let's just make another Madden. Every year, the only thing you changing is who's on the cover and the roster. And you might change one.
You saw that RDC World one.
I saw that one.
But it's real though. It's real
he's
though.
telling the truth. We make Street Fighter. When he said it, and it hit me in the heart. When he said we make Super Duper Street Fighter 5, I was like, I would not be surprised if they make a game literally called Super Duper Street Fighter 5. Because let's look at Street Fighter 2. It's 4 different iterations of Street Fighter 2. Well, 5 now. Street Fighter 4 had 3 or 4 different iterations. You had Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, and then Super Street Fighter 4 like Turbo or some shit.
Right.
That's all they did. Because I remember one of the Street Fighter 2s, the only difference was the speed in which you play the game.
That was
Super
Turbo,
Street Fighter,
right?
Yeah, Turbo. I'm like, they just made a whole nother $25, $30. So Capcom already knew this game before even the DLC, even before it became a trend. Capcom capitalized in that. That's why I lost respect for Ono. Sonny Ono, like, he knew how to pimp the system.
They definitely did. But they on the right track now, I would say.
Now with Street Fighter 5, no.
Not with Street Fighter.
Because as a fighting game, it's great. It's always going to be a staple because it was the first fighting game. That's it. if it wasn't the first fighting game, it wouldn't have the weight that it holds if, let's say, King of Fighters did it first. Because King of Fighters, unlike Street Fighter, actually has a story arc that progresses, and it has different arcs. Mm-hmm. So it ain't no King of Fighters 98 coming out 5 times. It was 98, 99, 2000, and then between 98, 99, and 2000, it was based on one final boss. It was a progressive story. The main characters or the protagonists, they were going through this, and they had their own drives and motives. Ken and Ryu has been the same drive and motive for the longest. Mm-hmm. Because it only progresses literally maybe 5 years span over that whole course of time. Because these guys are so stuck on remaking the same game that they don't give the characters no time to progress.
That's true too.
You know what I'm saying? So while King of Fighters is they're being robbed.
He's like the creative director behind Street Fighter now.
Like Harada is the Tekken. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like that's what irritates me about like our like generation as entertainment in general. That's why I love the 90s so much, because it was like a renaissance. Like 80s, 90s, it was just all innovative stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got new technology. It's like, okay, let's do this idea. Let's do this idea. Let's do that idea. Now it's not about let's do this idea. Let's do this idea. It's a bunch of people in a group. They're in a group meeting.
Right.
And
absolutely.
It's a bunch of people in a group meeting saying, what can we do that's going to sell? Instead of this dope idea, it's like, hey, let's go with making this game that has the same system that this popular game already has on it. That's why with Call of Duty, everybody started aiming down the sights after that. I mean, it's great because it innovated an idea that was carried forward. Yep. If you have another game that aims down the sights, I'm not going to knock that. But if your game is a military game, that the only difference between that and Call of Duty is you jumping in tanks, I don't want your game.
Yeah. Like I would say aiming down the sights is more of a gameplay
mechanic.
Mechanics progression. Just like how Gears with the cover mechanic. But like you said, it was
military.
It was like a military shooters though. Like what was the last generation? It was so many.
It was oversaturated.
Military shooters that all played out the same way.
Because if we're gonna keep it real, I mean everybody jocked off of Max Payne. Because at one point, all shooting games had a lock-on.
Bullet time had a bullet time.
Bullet time, but I'm talking about lock-on before that. Before bullet time, it was lock-on. Like, because they didn't understand.
That's my favorite feature.
That's because they didn't understand how to get the hip. Once Max Payne came out and said, we're going to use both analogs. One moves your legs and one moves your hips. Yeah. It changed the whole perception of how you aim and shoot. You don't have to hold R1 to be accurate anymore. Yeah. Because before they tried to do that and you didn't have nothing to move your hips, you just be shooting.
I remember though, it was like so many games with bullet time after that though.
Yeah,
I think comes to still going on to like using 2 analog sticks. Because I remember like a couple of James Bond games, it was still like lock on and like GTAs and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely like bullet time.
It's one thing to take an innovative idea like that and run with it, because that's an evolution of that game's genre's mechanics. Like I get that with aiming down the sight, but what I was saying about aiming down the sight, it was a bunch of Call of Duty Juniors coming out.
It was.
Like right now, Call of Duty is not in the forefront because Fortnite got everything. So, but now you got Fortnite, which is Battle Royale. It came up with that, but now you got Apex Legends.
Titanfall at first, because everybody was trying to run on walls and shit with the first-person shooters.
Well, yeah, but it's not Battle Royale. I'm talking about off just the tip of Battle Royale. Everything now feels like in order to compete with Fortnite, you got to have a Battle Royale mode. Because even Call of Duty's implemented that. Right. And Call of Duty was the flagship.
And Battlefield.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is you got a whole bunch of Battle Royale Junior games coming out now. And you can apply that to games or whatever. All I'm saying is our generation, as far as manufacturing and developing and creating a product that is unique and innovative, like we lack that. We don't have enough people that's in the studios.
Is it that we lack innovation, or is it that the higher ups?
We're scared. It's the higher ups scared of taking risks.
Right? Is it the higher ups taking risks?
I think it's really the higher ups just saying we gonna stick to what's selling.
Because you hear what's on the cutting board. You hear like, well, we had this idea and stuff like that. You always hear like we had this idea and things like that and things of that nature.
But that's why I always respect Sega, because Sega, even through their downfall, I just watched a documentary on that, and I don't know if I talked about this at the last podcast, but the reason why they crashed the way they did, I didn't realize it until I found out what Sega stood for. Sega is a breakdown of 2 words: service games. Mm-hmm. Sega started off making, what kind of games they was making, like slot machines or something like that. Way before they even came out with games, before they started competing with Nintendo or anything, before they had a console. Dude, I didn't know that Sega had the opportunity to have the Nintendo 64 before it was the Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64, the console itself was developed by a third party. Nintendo said, okay, they pitched it to Nintendo. Nintendo accepted it, but the first people they went to was Sega. Mm-hmm. Sega rejected it. Then guess who came to him and said, "Let's collaborate." Sony did. With PlayStation.
And Sony fucked
they turned them down.
And now
the
they got PlayStation, the biggest rival.
The reason why I'm saying all of this is because it was a lot of friction for Sega. They were making great, innovative games, but it was always two camps against each other. It was the Japanese side versus the American. Sega of America was the reason why Sonic the Hedgehog's the cover. The mascot, one of the most successful mascots in gaming period, came from the Americans' idea. Because somebody in Japan said, "I'm gonna give this guy over here an idea. I mean, I'm gonna give him the power and creative control to pitch an idea." Because when he pitched Sonic, they said no.
To piggyback right too, like, and that's the one thing I hate now. Like, I seem like with American cover art for these covers too, they too safe with the cover arts now too. With these games compared to like Europe.
That's not necessarily. I'm not gonna knock them for that. I mean, because over here we acted.
I'm saying that back then it was straight, but now they scared to take risks. So even on the cover arts, it feels like
yeah, that's true. Because like I said, with Sonic,
there's always a white man with a gun.
That was in the back of the Japanese mind.
Right,
they didn't care about. They wanted to push Alex the Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Alex the Kid? The only reason you play that, the only reason you even know who Alex the Kid is now is because they made the 4th, 5th iteration of greatest Sega collection hits on every console that's come out.
You are absolutely right, because that's the first time I figured out who Alex the Kid was.
That's it. But
what did I get? I got something, and it just had a
Sega collection. Probably Sega Mega.
And I was just exactly.
That's who Japan wanted to be. What Sonic is right now. Because America, the guy from America, the only reason that Sonic is who he is because they promised the dude that was running the American office that he would have creative control as to who he was going to push and what ideas they should go from there. He was the one that named the Sega Genesis the Genesis because overseas it was the Mega Drive. He brought the idea of making Sonic the mascot. They said, we don't want that. But then the head guy was like, all right, I told you, I promise you, I'll let you do this. I don't think it's a good idea, but just go for it and see what happens. Now look at Sonic. Sonic is, I mean, even though because they keep having friction, he eventually fell off with his games because Sega can't stay in tandem. But Sega's the only reason why Sega crumbled because ever since then, it was always been Japan's ideas and America's ideas going against each other.
Like I said, I think too, like games coming out with too many systems too fast, like for real, between like Sega Saturn.
I think that's the real reason Sega.
Even after PlayStation, they had a chance to merge with Xbox, and they said no because the Dreamcast just came out. Mm-hmm. Well, it ain't just come out. It was out for a minute, and you know they had Shenmue and everything, so they was running off that steam. And then Japan was like, we're going to stick with the Dreamcast. Mm-hmm. I don't care if these guys are coming out with the next gen console. We're going to beat them. And America was like, no, man, we need to go with Microsoft or jump with these guys because they're about to make something that's going to be worth competing with.
Yeah, that's why you saw a lot of Segas.
So what I'm saying is the reason why these guys aren't the innovation is lacking is because we have a bunch of old heads that's the chairmans that have closed minds, like the guy over there that wanted Alex the Kid to be the mascot. That game is. I mean, it's an okay game, but it's not like Sonic, bro.
It sounds like it should have been the other way around. You would have thought Japan would have had these.
Sonic. No,
right?
It's not.
Like that's
not.
crazy.
I thought it was too. I thought it was. I didn't know Sega started from Hawaii either, but I'm telling you, check out the documentary. Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii.
It originated in Hawaii, so originally you can say, depending on, Hawaii is part of America. It's America. It's based in America, but then they moved their headquarters to Japan. And then it got started from there. They built it from the ground up, and then it became the empire that competed with Nintendo, but struggled in America. Then when they gave a department over to America, and that guy did his marketing over here, that's when Sonic blew up. Everything blew up. Sega Saturn started going. Like, everything was going. Sega Saturn was the first game that allowed you to stream. Mm-hmm. Streaming. But we just now getting into streaming now, bro.
Right.
Sega Saturn was
they was
1996.
They was way ahead of the game.
The Sega CD had what? Sega TV?
Yeah.
They was way ahead of the game, and then Dreamcast
way ahead of the game. And then Dreamcast.
John, moral of the story?
Moral of the story, the association is lit. Shout outs to J. Cole and all of Dreamville for inspiring us to allow our creativity to flow. And shout out to Ashanti for no reason at all.
Moral of the story, Ariel's black now. Get over it.
My Ariel.
Marielle.
Hopefully the boys will be good.
Yes.
Series. Waiting for that.
I'm waiting on that.
Till then, you guys, black responsibly.
2 Chainz.
We out.
Drink.